Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Ernest Durham, the president and the CEO of the Durham Corporation, and I want to welcome you all to Boycotting Against Discrimination. This is our broadcast on boycotting against discrimination. This is a special broadcast, so please listen carefully because we have a lot of things planned that can put an end to police brutality and discrimination among our people. Now, the Durham Corporation is a 39-year-old black hair care products company, and since we've talked about how the black hair care industry generates over $500 billion a year annually, brothers and sisters, this is money that we give to the beauty supply stores. Well, we've also got to talk about being more intentional with our spending, because traditionally, brothers and sisters, we give our money to just about anybody who has something to sell us. So we've got to be more intentional about our spending. In other words, Black America is the 12th largest economy in the world. And you all have heard me say that. With only Russia, Canada, France, Mexico, Brazil, India, the United Kingdom, Germany, Japan, China, and the United States having more spending power or more wealth than Black Americans here in the United States. We have over $1.2 trillion in spending power, brothers and sisters. So we as a black race of people need to redirect that money and use it for our benefit. We've got more spending power than any of the countries that I just mentioned. So any country that I did mention, we have more spending power than they do. And a lot of these countries are all producing countries. A lot of these countries are African countries and Caribbean countries, but we generate more money as Black Americans than any of these other countries do, except the ones that I just mentioned. So we've got to be more intentional with our spending, brothers and sisters, and because Black Americans, whether you know it or not, we spend more money than anybody else. We spend more money than any other race of people in the country, brothers and sisters. And since we're constantly making businesses rich, the ones that we spend our money with, we're constantly making them rich, brothers and sisters. So since we're doing that on a constant basis, it's time that we talk about intending to spend our money only with businesses that will speak out for us against police brutality and discrimination. And that's only common sense. We've got to spend our money with people who are going to look out for us, brothers and sisters, because up until now, we didn't know how much spending power we had. So I'm asking you to join me, brothers and sisters, in my efforts to put an end to this kind of racism against black people by enrolling to join Boycotting Against Discrimination. That's B.A.D. 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 Boycotting Against Discrimination. And I need you to tell as many of your friends and relatives as you know, brothers and sisters, who's been victims at one time or another of this kind of abuse that many of our people have had to suffer. And mainly because we weren't united or organized to work together to prevent this from happening to our people. Now, our goal is to organize ourselves so that no one person can be singled out like they've been, have been done in the past, brothers and sisters. They won't be singled out and taken advantage of because the strength is in numbers. Understand that. This is why we have to organize. We have to become strong, brothers and sisters, with an organization. So if one of our members is victimized, then our entire bad organization is behind you. And that only makes sense. And not only with the boycotting, brothers and sisters, but with our legal staff also. And when I say legal staff, I'm talking about as we get our organization growing and have more members coming in, we can retain law firms to go in and speak up for us. And we'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. Now, our boycott will consist not of marching, brothers and sisters, and protesting and picketing, in the normal, traditional way. We won't have to do it that way because now we found out how much money we have as a race of people. See, because in doing it the old-fashioned way puts our members as well as our young people who are out there protesting and marching, now it puts them in harm's way, brothers and sisters. And by that I mean getting tear gassed and shot with rubber bullets and brutalized by the police. So we won't do it that way, brothers and sisters, but by using electronic online boycotting from your homes with emails, texting, and phone calls from our administrative staff, brothers and sisters. These are the people who will inform our members as to which businesses will withhold our dollars from and for how long we're going to boycott these businesses. And we're going to do this until we get what we want. And I'll explain how that works in a minute. Now, in addition to boycotting, brothers and sisters, like I said, we'll retain law firms that will contact the police departments and businesses where our members where their rights have been violated with either police brutality or discrimination on jobs where positions are withheld from our people, brothers and sisters. You all know how that's been going, down through the years. These are jobs that they withhold from our people. In this case, I'm talking about our members, who are members of our organization. If jobs are withheld from them that they qualify for, these law firms will file the proper documents against those companies, brothers and sisters. And if the businesses still don't comply, we'll boycott their sponsors. And they'll speak to them. Because most businesses have sponsors. They all have somebody, when the advertisement come on, these are people who sponsor them, they're advertising their products. Well, we can boycott those products also. We'll get what we want, brothers and sisters, because we have the financial strength to do it. But we've got to organize, and B.A.D is a way of organizing, boycotting against discrimination. Now, we'll also boycott businesses that don't speak up for us against hate groups who attack our members and go unpunished. Or if the punishment doesn't fit the crime, brothers and sisters. You know how some of these people get off with lenient sentences and the punishment don't fit the crime. If you kill somebody, you should go to jail for several years. I mean, in the teens at least. They're giving these people, 6 and 7 years, for killing black people, which doesn't make sense at all, especially if it's caught on video. So if we're having discrimination problems from a company that has a national product, brothers and sisters, such as soft drinks or potato chips, these are national products, for example, then all of our B.A.D members will boycott that particular product on a national scale. That means in any city or state that we have members and they're selling these products, we'll contact our members in those cities or states and have them to withhold your dollars from that particular product until we get what we want, brothers and sisters. Now, if it's a national business such as a department store or chain of grocery stores, brothers and sisters, we'll do the same thing. Chain stores, for example. Then all B.A.D members will boycott that store on a national scale. And you know what some of these stores are. I don't have to mention them. They've got them in all the different cities and states. So if it's a local business, our B.A.D delegate will in that city, and we'll have delegates in all the cities, brothers and sisters, people who will work directly with our company and with our administrative staff. They'll work directly with B.A.D. And these people, our delegates, will contact the businesses with our complaints. And they'll give them a chance to comply before we decide to boycott, brothers and sisters. And this is how it'll be done. Now, in the case of police brutality, B.A.D will take a step further by having the businesses that we spend our money with speak to the mayors that they help get elected. See, businesses elect mayors in each town, brothers and sisters, because businesses control the cities. And they help get these mayors elected. And the mayors are the ones who hire the police chiefs. And the police chiefs are the ones who are in charge of their policemen. And they're the ones who can tell their policemen who work for them to ease up with the police brutality. Discontinue the police brutality on black people. And this is how it's done. Okay. So you can either make things happen, brothers and sisters, or you can sit back and react to things that other people make happen. It's up to you. You've got the choice. You know, you can decide the role that you want to play in this. Either make things happen by making these businesses do what we need them to do, or sit back and suffer the consequences because we don't have the unity that we need in order to get things done, to make things better for us. So if you're serious about the much needed changes for the well-being of black people in America, brothers and sisters, we've got to hit where it hurts. And I'm talking about in their pocket. And by that I mean withholding our dollars until our demands are met. That's the way you do it. You don't have to put yourself in harm's way with a lot of marching and protesting and getting hurt out there with the police. Just withhold your dollars. That's your power, brothers and sisters. And I've explained to you all how much spending power we have. It's just been misdirected. We're the biggest consumers in the world. Now we've got to use some of that money to take care of some of these complaints that we have in this country. So what I need you all to do is reach out to friends and relatives that we have in different cities, brothers and sisters, to become members of B.A.D, B.A.D, Boycotting Against Discrimination. And this could easily be done by you joining first, or and agreeing to a $3 a month membership due. That's all it is. We don't need a lot of money, and I've told you all that. When you have unity, you don't need a lot of money, brothers and sisters. Unity creates the wealth. That's why I need you all to reach out to friends and relatives. And everybody can afford $3 a month. But this will get us what we need. This will enable us to retain law firms. This will enable us to get the delegates that we need to go in and talk to the different businesses in different cities. And like I said, I need you all to invite as many relatives and friends as you can to join. Because everybody, if you're black in America, at some time or another, you've had some kind of a discrimination or racism problem, or you've had a police brutality problem in some form or another. So as we multiply new members in every major black city where police brutality is running rampant, brothers and sisters, this is how we'll be able to retain law firms as well as our administration staff and delegates in each city. And we'll need them in each major black city, brothers and sisters, who will contact the businesses with our concerns before we decide to boycott. Because if they comply, we won't need to boycott. So we'll give them a chance. We'll give them a chance to talk to the mayors, who will talk to the police chiefs, who will talk to their policemen, and tell them to discontinue the bad treatment towards our people. Now, all B.A.D members, brothers and sisters, will receive a B.A.D membership certificate. And I have a sample of one right here that you all can see, get an idea what it looks like. It'll have your name on it. So it's a B.A.D membership certificate. So you'll hang that certificate on the wall, brothers and sisters, to show the solidarity. It'll show that we are working together. I want you all to display this membership certificate with pride, brothers and sisters. Let the world see that we're finally united with other spiritually awakened black people to end police brutality and discrimination. Now, we'll also have a B.A.D, B.A.D membership card that you'll carry with you in your wallet. And this membership card, if you receive this card, that means that you have helped us. You've assisted us in increasing our membership. In other words, you've reached out to friends and relatives in other cities and in the city that you live in. and encourage them to join Boycotting Against Discrimination. But we need you to at least get 3 people. Get as many as you can, brothers and sisters, but if everybody get at least 3 people, we can still make this work. Because that means that we'll have enough people joining our organization to make a difference. And the strength is in numbers, so let's keep that in mind. So it's not a lot of money to join, $3 a month, that anybody can afford, especially if you've had trouble with discrimination. So, like I said, this card goes to everybody who helps us with our membership drive. You get the wallet-sized card as well as the certificate, brothers and sisters. And the main thing is you'll have an organization behind you, so whenever you're discriminated against or brutalized by the police, you'll have an organization behind you. And that's the main thing, brothers and sisters, because, like I said, the power is in unity. And the unity that will accumulate from enrolling our B.A.D members will also give us the voting power. It's election time, brothers and sisters, so if we had this in place now, it would give us the voting power that we will need to back the candidates who will give us the most from their elected offices. A lot of people make promises when they're going into office, brothers and sisters, but if we vote collectively from our organizational standpoint, we'll get more from these people. So the problem that many black Americans face are not the real problems. I need you all to understand that, brothers and sisters. It might look like these problems are real, but those so-called problems are not the real problems. The real problem is non-unity. And when we fix that problem, all these other so-called problems will disappear by themselves. All we have to do is unite. It's always been that simple, brothers and sisters, but sometimes it seems like it's the hardest thing in the world to unite and start working together. But society is pushing us in that direction now, brothers and sisters. It's becoming crucial that we do work together. We've got to pool our resources, brothers and sisters, and work together, be it votes or just solidarity. It doesn't take a lot of money. But we've got to pool our resources by working together. So let's take care of this police brutality problem first, brothers and sisters. And that can easily be done by you joining B.A.D first, like I said, and then telling as many of your friends and relatives about our B.A.D membership. And once again, these are people that you know who have been victims of police brutality or discrimination of some kind. And that's just about every black person that you know, brothers and sisters, will fit into that category. So what I need you to do is contact us at info@recreatingblackwallstreet.com. That's our email address to sign up for B.A.D. B.A.D, Boycotting Against Discrimination. Contact us at info@recreatingblackwallstreet and fill out your B.A.D enrollment form. And then you click the submit button to send it back to us. And it's just that simple, brothers and sisters. And you can always pay your $3 by inserting a credit card number, the information on the website, inserting that so that the $3 will come out automatically every month. Now, if you don't want to do it that way, email us at WEPA, WEPA4U2 at AOL.com, and we'll send you your B.A.D membership forms or email them to you. These are for people who don't have the computer wherewithal to do it the other way, to sign up online. Well, we can always just email you your forms or mail you your forms, and we'll also send you full details on what Boycotting Against Discrimination is all about. And we can also allow you to pay your $3 through Cash App or Zelle or with your charge card over the phone. So there are a lot of different ways you can do it, brothers and sisters, but you let us know what's the most convenient for you. But the main thing is to join B.A.D. Sign up now, as soon as you can, and tell as many of your friends and relatives about this opportunity. It's a great opportunity. Everybody that I talk about it love it. I've got people who've already sent their money in, and they're telling other people about it. But I need you all to do the exact same thing, brothers and sisters. Those of you all who are listening, it's not costing you any money, just a little effort. Because the last thing you want is to be caught out there by yourself without an organization behind you. And now you're just trying to take pictures and tell others what happened to you without any real action being taken. We need those law firms, brothers and sisters, to go into these police stations or into these businesses who've discriminated against you and file the proper paperwork. Let these people see that you're not out there by yourself. We have unity now. We have stability. We have strength. You're not out there alone. When you're out there alone, they can pick you off one at a time, brothers and sisters, and take advantage of you because they knew all the way up until now that we didn't have any unity. So they did pretty much what they wanted to do. So now we have an opportunity to form an organization that will stand behind each and every one of our members. But your job is to get as many members in this organization as you can. And that's just it's a snowball effect, brothers and sisters. It's by you telling your friends and relatives, them joining, and them telling their friends and relatives, and it's just a snowball effect. And pretty soon we've got millions of people in our organization, and we can afford to do everything that we need to do to make sure that we take our rightful place here in America. Okay, I'm going to let you all unmute your phones because that concludes our presentation on boycotting against discrimination. So if you all have any more questions or comments about recreating Black Wall Street, I'm going to let you all unmute and I'll hear those concerns.